exclusive gameplay footage of myself playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Here we go.
Summer Games Fest Playdays. And it feels pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I've already released my first impressions exclusive gameplay. That'll be linked in the description down below. But like I told you in that video, I got even more footage.
Even more footage!
The fights I'm about to show you was genuinely what just completely sold me on Sparking Zero.
Even more footage!
It's so cinematic, it's so beautiful, and it has to do with Goku and Vegeta.
Goku and Vegeta.
Even beyond this video, I have more footage for you guys, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, and then you're just gonna get access to the exclusive gameplay too, because I'm gonna share it with you. You're gonna see it. Before we jump into the Goku and Vegeta,
show me SeereaX.
We're gonna start with just, you know, some Golden Frieza and Goku action. Because again, I do want to remind you guys, we were on a 30-minute time limit when it came to recording, and it just felt so frantic. Like, oh, who do I record? Which character do I pick? I can't.
So I think I know exactly. I think I know exactly what they were. What was going on here? Basically, they had a developer booth, just like they had like 2XKO over at Evo. So 2XKO was available for the public. You know, there was a 2XKO side for the public, but then there was a developer side of things for content creators and stuff, and that's where Justin Wong was like primarily at playing 2XKO. That's kind of the same concept as to what's happening here. That's how they have access to this, but you can only be there for like 30 minutes and you got to rotate. So they probably like got back in line a few times.
Menacing smile I've ever seen in my life. So we're on the Rocky Mountain stage, and again, we're seeing what translates over from Tenkaichi. We do the little turnaround, going into some combos here. It just feels like Tenkaichi. If you set it to classic controls, it feels just like Tenkaichi. Some things are a little different, which is why, you know, it looks a little awkward at times, but we're figuring it out and we're just going crazy. And in case you missed
it does feel
that's my go-to combo.
See, I was just playing Raging Blast 2 just so I could see if like the pacing on Raging Blast was anywhere similar to this, and the pacing on Raging Blast is nowhere similar to this, like at all. The camera movement and shit like that, like
you don't remember he did this against the
like the camera movements and shit like that, like those
Goku love to grab me. One thing that I gotta say about the AI, I don't know what difficulty we had it set to, but it feels like he can just detect whenever I press the block button, like immediately. Like I press the block button for 0.01 second, and then Goku's just grabbing me up, bro.
Yes.
Grabbing me up.
The one thing is that this game, as you feel,
this rush attack, and we actually get into a clash. So I was actually, I think, supposed to spin, but as you can see, and we're gonna go back and replay this. Don't worry.
So
I pressed the boost button, and that killed my ki, broke my stamina. So I think like that's like a last ditch.
So check it out. So the one thing that when I was playing earlier, when I was playing like Raging Blast 2 and I was just like feeling out, well, not feeling out, but just playing around with Raging Blast 2. One of the key things that I realized in that play when I was playing earlier is that like hitting your opponent didn't feel like you was really hitting them. And that was the same familiarity that I had with Budokai Tenkaichi 1. And we'll get into that when we play Budokai Tenkaichi 1. You'll see what I mean, that like the like rapid punches and shit like that like don't really phase your opponent and shit. It's like the heavy hits and that's where like the real focus is, like, okay, you countering my heavy hit versus or blocking this and then doing that. And that was more that's how Raging Blast 2 felt. But this game automatically gives you a 1-up because you mentioned the stage, right? You're like, yo, the stage looks good. But in Raging Blast 2, like it gets to a point where you're just playing. There's a big stage to play on, but you don't use it accordingly. Like you just play in this little area. You understand what I'm saying? In this game, like the movement and the way that the game moves and stuff like that, the way you get hit forces you to move around on the map as well. And that's just something that just feels already like way better than the last Tenkaichi game that we actually got, which was Raging Blast 2. So like, look, launching the beams and stuff like that, like he was breaking like the sides of the mountain sides and shit like that, which is really cool. It's a really cool touch.
You're gonna notice this trend, and now like I realize why Frieza calls Goku a monkey. I'm not gonna lie. Like this ape kept throwing me, and I was getting sick of it. Anyway, we're gonna go. I don't know why I didn't go full key. Oh, I still
don't you dare go easy on me.
Pull it off. Boom! So that is also from the anime, and I wasn't expecting it to kill.
Yeah, that was the whole punch that he does when they go ahead and clash with each other.
Fire, fire, fire.
Oh my God. Like hey, listen, if anything, the one thing that I have to definitely say out of all these showcases, when I hear voice acting, like in all of these showcases, I have to definitely go ahead and tell you one thing. Damon Mills, like, man, Damon Mills really, really, really said, I am picking up the Christopher Air mantle for Frieza, and no one can say that I'm not Frieza. Like, if you put the voices side by side between Damon Mills and Christopher Ayers, bro, they sound identical. Like stupid identical in regards to like the Frieza. That shit is stupid, crazy. And it like he was his protege anyhow to pick up the mantle after him, but like the fact that Damon Mills has delivered these lines and like people don't be like, it just doesn't sound as good as Chris Ayers or some shit like that. When you're not hearing that from anybody in the Dragon Ball community, bro, you got it. You got it. I gotta give that shout out in this video because I just heard that line from him. I was just like, I'm like, man, Chris Ayers, no, that's the successor. That's the new guy, quote unquote. And that was the guy that was doing the voices when Chris Ayers was sick and shit. Like when he got too sick and they needed people to record the lines, he was recording for him. And people really didn't notice who was who or what was what. But now that we know, you know, and rest in peace, Chris Ayers, obviously, you know, one of the greatest voice actors to ever grace the mics. But it's not about, you know, it's not about getting sad. It's about, you know, seeing the legend of Chris Ayers, you know, continue the way it did through Damon Mills, and the Frieza is in good hands. All right, so this is Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
This trip into like this pursuit, into the vanish, into the kickdown, and it just worked. And honestly, it just felt so good. Again, this is my third match.
Yeah, the combos, the regular combos for
so many of my fundamentals from Tenkaichi.
Yeah, the regular combos from Tenkaichi are gonna work.
The exact same things are a little different. As you can see, when I'm like flying around a little bit, this is me tapping the X button on PlayStation and or A button on an Xbox controller as I'm dashing up. And in Tenkaichi 3, it's just normally a straight dash. Like that would just dash at your opponent.
Yeah.
It's like a continuous dash. Whereas it felt like every time that I pressed it or tapped it, it was kind of like a pulsating, like you'd get like a little.
Yeah, like a little dash, like a burst dash.
Try to have your faster key homing dash, which will burn some key, but gives you like the aura, and you know you go faster and go directly at them. That's still in the game, but in terms of like your just standard dash up, felt a little different, but you know,
it gives you maneuverability when you press the X.
References for some of
that's a Raging Blast 2 reference.
First one, like I said, it was used on the assassins, and each little beam was cooking one of the assassins that were attacking Frieza.
SeereaX's presentation is more of the hype slash I'm here for this shit kind of thing. Like it wants to be as informative, but with also my own genuine hype. Whereas to like, for example, Afros was like hype. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own shit, their own style of what they're doing. So I really appreciate that.
I was playing it because right when I saw the left trigger button pop up, in my head, I was just like, okay, me press button. It's just like that God of War quick time event.
Me press button.
Kicking in. Adding the little boost feature, I think almost like locks you into just winning if you have the key to spend for it. So that's a cool little feature. So now it won't.
We're going to be breaking a lot of analogs, man.
Faster. It's also based off of like a resource management thing, because you can see Goku didn't even have that option because
we're going to be breaking a lot of fucking things.
Pour in your key and then you just kind of like by default.
That's gonna be fucking wild
when it comes to these clash. But as you can see, using that, I did win that, but it left me wide open for any follow-up attack that Goku may have had, and he could have, you know, cooked me for that. This was the moment when I was actually just kind of like, oh, This game is
sold
fire,
me.
and I'm gonna show you guys it right now. All right, it's time for the moment of truth. What better way to have the most iconic fight than to have
Goku versus Vegeta.
Goku, World Tournament stage, the fight that never happened because the Majin stuff happened. Let's
Kakarot, I will defeat you this day.
All right, the little bounce around, so hype, never gets old. Animation fire.
Oh, I won't be losing
Bro,
this
look at
one,
the map,
Vegeta.
look at the audience, like this is the best that the audience has looked in the tournament ever. You're gonna notice that we're kind of out of bounds. As you see, Goku stops my combo there. But we go out of bounds in this fight, but there's no ring outs. I do think that's probably something that can be toggled on.
You could toggle it on and off. I already called it.
Sure.
Yeah, because you see it here. You when like you're getting slammed or whatever, or he hit the wall, you can see the wall break.
Goku is honestly a chimpanzee. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I'm becoming Frieza every time he grabbed me, bro. Like
pow!
For him.
Yeah!
It is insane. You're gonna.
How about
it's
this?
Not even based off of just my performance, because obviously I'm brand new to the game. We're gonna go back to like how things happen, key moments and stuff like that.
You see, the movement, is what's gonna make you play like you have to like play at a distance.
And then
Got a little something for you. This is everyone's power.
Bro, look at this. Instead of stage destruction on this map,
bro,
the announcer gets scared. The audience runs away, bro. Look at this. It's cinema.
The fucking what? That's fucking crazy. Kaioken times 10.
Crazy, bro.
No, times 20.
Kaioken.
Bro, he just nuked this shit.
Time, bro. You go Kaio, you go Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. I gotta go Super Saiyan God.
Okay, that was fucking nuts. That was fucking insane.
We fly up to Goku, smack him away.
Bro, this
ult,
game is
bro.
fucking nasty. You too possess a god's power.
Does he know I'm fighting Goku?
Providence, flash.
Dialogue for specific matchups too, and that's gonna cook Goku, bro. Like, I once acknowledged you as #1,
but no longer.
Let him know.
Okay, he looks fucking sick.
Let him know. All right, honestly, I just want to look back at this moment where he
Yeah,
charges
this
up
was
the
actually
bomb.
pretty fucking
This ult is
crazy.
So fire. And then
Like the fact that they added this shit where like the crowd literally runs away because they don't want to get fucking nuked.
Bro,
It's so fucking hype. I'm feeling exactly like him. I don't want to be yelling like that, but I'm literally right here saying no times 20. I was like, oh shit, dog. Listen. After you destroy the arena, you can go out of the arena.
That just happened naturally. Look at the destroyed tournament stage, bro.
Yeah, when you destroy the arena, you can leave the arena. Before that, you can't.
Good, bro. It's so good.
A god's power.
That's so crazy.
Providence flash.
Have specific dialogue.
That's fucking nasty.
Have we seen that? Obviously, like there's.
We've never really seen that. Like in the middle of the match, no.
At the end of fights from time
but
to
not
time,
in the middle of the match.
Historically in Dragon Ball games. But
not in the middle of a match.
We got specific interactions based off of who you're fighting during the ultimate. That's such a cool touch. Like he probably uses that like on Beerus or something like that too.
No, this is definitely shit. This is definitely shit that needs to definitely. It's hot.
I ain't even gonna lie.
That was hot. It was hot. It's hot. It's hot. We back in the 80s, gang. We back in the 80s. It's like crack. We back in the 80s. Shit. Yeah, that was some heat. That shit. We eating good. Look, I want to go ahead and continue the trend of like getting these videos out and such in a timely manner. So, new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the follow, hit the love, hit the share. Continue coming on through here. Techneex, FGC, Techneex Fighting. Y'all already know.